Everything in my business is about dazzling customers, doing more than I'm paid for so that people understand the value of what's provided. Because keep in mind, you're betting $1 million on a personal guarantee if you're going through my services. So this matters. Warren Buffett said you'll never go out of business delighting your customers. So it's the same theme. So how do we delight? One of the choices I made recently was I'm only taking on 6 quality of earnings customers at any given time. I did a previous video about how doing a quality of earnings is a lot like an iceberg. The stuff that you see above the surface is only a portion of what really gets you screwed up, and you can easily go down like the Titanic. The reality of doing this day in, day out for clients is I cannot do the work that I need to do as a diligence provider if I'm chasing 10, 20 different clients, 10, 20 different situations. It just gets too wild. The other piece is that the service I provide is at the intersection of the risk that the deal has from an accounting perspective, mixed with the issues the deal has from sort of a common sense deal guy perspective, mixed with the risk tolerance and the situation of my client. And so when we're going through discussions, we're talking about all those things, and you can't do that for a bunch of people at the same time. The other reason why I decided to limit the amount of QOEs I do at a single time is I'm seeing folks come out and starting to market on, oh, I did 27 quality of earnings last month. Look what I learned. And I almost fall out of my seat laughing like, 27? You didn't look at those. You threw them into an algorithm. The algorithm did not do the work. You tossed them off to somebody who didn't know well enough that that was a baloney way to actually do diligence. And now you're telling what you learned by a baloney process on 27 deals? Shut up. It really just gets to be stupid. So what did I want to communicate to the market? I wanted to say, look, if you work with me, you'll be at most one of 6 people. My goal is to dazzle you, not to meet expectations, not to exceed expectations, to dazzle, to delight, to put a smile on your face. And really, in the quality of earnings business, what I'm doing is I'm allowing you to sleep well at night. There's this huge risk you're taking on, this huge personal guarantee. It's your first time. You're really concerned about it. And I'm giving you the confidence to do that with sound mind and body, and to do it in a way where you're not worried about buying a lemon. And so when we talk, if we're talking about a quality of earnings, you should know there's 6 folks that are in the pipeline at any given time. If you say, hey, I want a week to choose, that means that that spot that you were gonna get may not be there anymore. You may want to ask me where my capacity is to make sure that if you're sending a letter of intent this week that you think will get signed next week, make sure we have capacity. All those things come alongside this, but what you should know is you're not getting a distracted provider. The other thing I'll say is a lot of people are telling you, oh, look, I scaled, I added a new employee, and they're gonna be a more robust solution. If you're hiring somebody to protect your $1 million personally guaranteed investment, you want the best person at that shop working on your thing. One of the huge things that happened when I was working in private equity is you might go to Deloitte or PwC for a big QOE project, but you get somebody 2 years out of college doing the work. So when these folks are scaling and creating all these layers and telling you how great it is that they have a new employee, what they're telling you is that you're not getting my attention anymore. And I purposefully did not do that in this business because I can't look my client in the face and say, hey, you lost your $5 million personally guaranteed deal because I was distracted and pushed you down to my new hire that's 3 months out of college.